When it comes to generating leads on LinkedIn, we need our prospects to take some initial course of action. Because if they don't take any action, then how are we ever going to get to talk to them? But what is the best call to action to use when it comes to generating leads on LinkedIn? Hey, how's it going? Ryan Caswell here from b2bleads.com. And today I want to talk about the best call to action to use when it comes to generating leads, using outbound to find new leads for your business on LinkedIn. When it comes to generating leads, what's the best call to action? The best call to action, and this is probably not what you want to hear, is the one that your prospect is likely to take, which may seem obvious, but if they're not likely to take it, then there's no point doing it. So in an ideal world, we want our prospect to take the best possible call to action, which would be, hey, John, here's a link to pay for my product and service, follow it and pay for me to do the work for you. No other messages, no other, trust building or lead generation activities whatsoever. You just send them a link to pay you, they pay, and then you start working together. That would be an ideal world. Unfortunately, that's not the case, especially not in high value B2B type work, maybe more in retail, but there's a lot more trust building that needs to happen first. So what we need is some initial call to action before they obviously come from a stranger to being a paying client that we can use to snowball through to further engagement, phone calls, and then obviously sales. What we want is what is the smallest, easiest, most likely point of engagement that we can get that they are likely to take. And so what I like to do, my favorite one is, well, first of all, getting people to connect. So that's the very first call to action that we want people to take on LinkedIn, is to connect with us. So that's the first call to action, essentially. But after that, we need them to engage with us. And the best way to do that, in my opinion, is making it super easy for your prospect. Asking them, how was your day? Irrelevant, and also takes too long to answer. Asking them how their business is. Why should they answer? Once again, takes too long to answer most of the time. But if you ask them very simple yes/no questions, that can then propagate and snowball into further engagement. So we want the easiest thing for them, easiest option for them to take, which is eliciting interest via a yes/no question. That's my personal favorite. Oftentimes you can actually bypass this and go straight to sending people booking links, but it does depend on the industry, the market need, all these kinds of things, and it's a lot harder to do. So you're better off trying to start where you're more likely to convert, which is simple engagement, yes, no, and then progress that through to, okay, well, if it's of interest, how about a call? Yes, no, great, okay, here's my booking link, please find a time to book a call. Initial call, progress that through to a longer sales strategy session, that then progresses through to proposals, then that progresses through to sales. We can't just jump straight to sale. We need an initial point of action, and the easiest action is getting them to connect and then getting them to answer a simple question. That's my personal favorite. I'd love to hear if you've tried or experimented with anything else as well. Feel free to leave in the comments below. I look forward to reading. As always, Ryan Caswell from b2bleads.com. Cheers.